Oops. Okay, so I'm back. This is Curtis Kojo Mara, and this is Saturday, April the 2nd. Yeah, April the 2nd, 2021. And I'm just sitting here reminiscing, and I'm going to take up where I just left off at, which was I had finished high school. The question was, what would I do if I was 17, 16 years old now? I just finished high school. Okay, and what else did I do? I finished high school, then I worked for about 2 years on a regular job. By me being an artist, I would choose something like, in the field of art, some employment in the line of art, whether it's working for a commercial art firm, it could be any kind of job. The lower level would probably be the best. So if it was something like a maintenance position open, I would take that. And then that'll give me a chance to work up, from that position. And I only keep that job now for a couple of years. And then if I decide I want to go to college, I'll take a course in college, I would do that. So by then I'm 18, right? So say I took a couple of years of college, then the next thing I would do, during that course, that college course, I would take a language. French is two that I would definitely hook up on. And that would be, one would be French, and the other one would be Swahili, an African language, because my goal, my mind would be set on Africa, from a business standpoint. Now it could be, if not Africa, my second choice would be Asia. And in that case, I would take a second language, would be Chinese or Japanese, probably Chinese at this stage, okay. But me, I'm set on Africa, so I'm gonna stay with Africa now. Okay, then so I'll pick up a language, Swahili. The reason I chose Swahili would be, it's pretty African, the whole continent. You could just about travel all over and communicate in Africa with, if you have a knowledge or know the language of Swahili, because that just about include Arab too, Arabic. Okay, so I got those two languages. So I got 4 languages at that time. Plus I got some working experience. And so I got 4 languages. I got English, French, and what else? What did I say? English and French and Swahili. And Swahili, English, and French. Okay. Then I would take off after the 2 years. So say I'm 20 years old. I think 20 is a nice age to travel. In my case, if I was to relive my life, that was what I would do. And so I would take off on, say, about a 2-year, just take a trip to Africa. If I could, I'll save up, I'll have enough, because it don't take that much, to travel. So I'll go to Africa, probably with my case, I'll choose West Africa. It's closer, the people speak English, they're tradition, either English, either Ghana, or even Nigeria, or Togo, or Ivory Coast, either one. But in my case, of course, I would choose Ghana. That's my favorite place. And so I'm in Ghana. Then I'll just hang out. I get familiar with the customs of the land, the peoples, and traditional. I just make friends and become familiar with my environment. But the most important thing, you know, when you travel in on places, the, you know, your language, the customs, sorry about that, the custom. You see I'm moving around here, so I'm just showing you my little studio here at the meanwhile. And they say plugging, but that's what I'm doing. I'm plugging my, you know, my little work area here and my apartment, you know, studio apartment. Okay, so now I'm in Ghana and West Africa, which would include, and everywhere you go, any place you go, you make friends. So you become adopted by a family, you know. And if you're a single man, if I was single now, the thing that I'll give me a girlfriend, of course, you know, and someone that we like each other, you know, we trust each other, that, you know, to the point where it might develop into marriage, okay? It should be my partner. We'd be partner automatically, you know, I don't have to go into detail. So then I'll become part of her family. You know, after they accept me, they check me out and say, well, this old beauty here, old beauty, I'll leave that word out. And, you know, this little afro here, he's okay. He seemed to be a good guy. He got his head on, right? So I don't mind him marrying, you know, being a friend with my daughter, niece, you know, whatever, nephew if you're a man, I mean a woman, you know, but I'm speaking from a man point of view, okay? So now I'm in Ghana, I'm in West Africa, which is where I chose, and I got me a nice girl, a woman, you know, I got me a baby, man. And so, you know, we talking about future. Of course, because that's what they always talk about. No matter what country you go to, you know, people, the young generation, they talk about the future, what's happening. You know, they talk about things like the political. Oh, and by you having your woman, your girl, or your, you know, wherever you want to develop it. Now, she's going to teach you the custom and the language. That goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway, you know, just to stress my point. So you got the custom, you got the language down, you know, you and her, and you traveling around her, and she's got brothers and cousins, you know, male figures in her family, and they're going to want to show you around, you know. And so you get the male point of view and the female point of view of lifestyle, you know, because there's always a difference, just like in any other country, okay? All right, so then from that point, I'll start thinking about a business, because that's one of the requirements anywhere you go, you know. You got to be able to do something to sustain yourself, not just yourself, but the people that you in the same country that you're in. Like you notice, most people who come or who are allowed to come to America, they got to have some kind of job skill, or they got to be doing something that we don't want to do. I know I don't want to be picking no apples and cherries. That's what I did, you know, when I was a kid after school. Okay, so anyway, you decide by you being an artist, anyway, so you want to choose something along the line. Now, I don't have much money, you know, when I first get there. I figured if I could have about $5,000, you know, so I got me a girl, I got about $5,000. You know, I get a woman that's not after you, you know, you got to be careful about, you know, what kind of woman you get, of course, okay? All right, so that's something you have to work out, you know, if you haven't already worked it out, you know, before traveling outside, you know, of your, the bucket, put it like that, okay? So you got that, you got your good girlfriend or wife or whatever you want to develop it. Now, right away, you got to really, as soon as possible, you got to jump in some kind of way to try to make some money. to make some money enough to sustain you and, your girl. Because she's not going to hang with you and her family not going to hang with you either. If you ain't no way of making money. Well, they know that little tourist money, and that ain't going to last too long, right? Okay. Oh, and just like women everywhere in the world, they're real good when it comes to managing money. As I'm quite sure you guys know, so I don't have to go into detail. I'm talking about the low-income people in the world. Like here, our mother can take a relief check or whatever income that she got. I'm talking on it. Even with I'm talking about, I'm referring to, single parents, single mother got 2 or 3 children, okay? She can scratch $1. Okay, so the African women can do the same. Asians, every woman can do that too, Now, if you come from a pretty well-to-do family, that's a whole different situation there. I don't know that point of view. Well, I know it, but I'm talking about the average person, okay? Okay, so you're there and you begin, naturally you're going to be attracted by the artists, the artistic community. So you probably get a girlfriend that's family is involved in the arts, marketing, to market women. No, you want to get someone like that's on the same page that you're on. So automatically then you say, well, you help them, you get with them. Y'all start working together. And you figure because they'll be in need. See, they have the raw material there. That's the point I'm bringing up. They have all the raw material. So the problem is to be able to manufacture, the raw material and market it. Now, when I was there, of course, that was during the 60s. So we didn't have nothing, people were taking, our foreigners would come and take out the raw material, take it to another country, their country, which is, natural. Manufacture it and then bring it back and sell it to the brothers and sisters in Africa. That's the whole story, right? But the Africans, what they really need is ways and means of not only making the, into whatever, if they're gonna make gold, if they got gold, they can use the gold, they can, make jewelry or, whatever the resources that's required to make, what they want to export. The other thing is the marketing. But before I get to that now, when I was there, that was during the 60s. So we didn't have World Wide Web and social media. So we were sort of, we was not in a very good position when it comes to utilizing the raw materials that was available. Okay? Now I'm going to check out here and then I'm going to come back for later. This is a short break.